What is up, my friends? It is Thursday night. It is the late night agenda, and you are very welcome along to tonight's video. I'm going to be talking about two major talking points surrounding Liverpool Football Club over the past 24 hours or so. One of them being Fabinho's challenge yesterday. Should that have been a red card or not? And the second one being yet more links to Liverpool and Mason Mount. So, as always, I'm going to give you my thoughts, but I want to know your thoughts in the comment section. Please do drop a like on the video. And of course, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit that as well. So look, I'm not going to mess about. I'm going to get straight into it. So a bit of a debrief, I guess, after last night's victory over Wolves. Very happy with the win. Very happy to keep a clean sheet. I'm not going to sit here and say it was the perfect performance, but I also don't mind that it wasn't the perfect performance. Getting points on the board is all that matters right now. And it's very difficult to complain after your team have kept a clean sheet. You've scored 2 goals and you've got those 3 points. So obviously all roads are going to lead to the weekend's game against Manchester United. The preview for that will be coming out tomorrow. So do keep an eye out for it. Make sure you've got your notifications turned on. But tonight, look, let's start off with Fabinho's challenge, because I see that's doing the rounds and fans have an opinion on it. My take on this is quite simple. It was never a red card. Never in a month of Sundays was it a red card. Not even close to being a red card. And here's why. Everything looks a lot worse. When you slow it down, everything looks more intentful. When you show referees or you show anybody slow motion footage of an incident, it looks a lot worse forever than it is. And I don't understand why they do it. I don't understand why the referees are even allowed to look at this in slow motion, or any of these incidents, be it the penalty incident, or excuse me, the goal that was ruled out, I should say, and Diogo Jota's collision with the defender. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't happen in slow motion. People don't have the time to process thoughts that it seems to show when it's in slow motion. You don't have that time. The referee doesn't have that time to make a decision on the pitch. The player doesn't have that time to either go into or pull out of a challenge. And I don't get for the life of me how they're doing anything with slow motion replays other than vilifying the person. It's not a fair assessment of it. Show the referee it in full speed. If the referee still thinks the same as you thought previously or changes his mind, fair enough. But in this particular incident, if anything, when it happened live in real time, I wanted a free kick for us. Yes, when you see it, there is a part of it where Fabinho's foot goes down on him. Do I think it's a stamp? No. Do I think he's even looking at the player? No, not really. But again, when you slow it down and you go frame by frame, and you've got Dermot Gallagher and Sky or whoever it is breaking it down, you can make it look far more intentful. And I don't think there was any intent behind it. For you could see the look on Fabinho's face. He was absolutely shocked that he was given a foul against, and even more so shocked that he was booked. So in no way, shape or form do I think that that was even anywhere near a red card. Of course, I understand that people have different interpretations, and some of these interpretations are based off whether you like Fabinho, whether you like Liverpool or not. And I understand that. We are nothing if not hypocrites as football fans. That's the beauty of being a football fan. We get to see things, the same incidents, through different eyes. That's okay. But thankfully, common sense prevailed. I don't even think the yellow was necessary or warranted. But he stayed on the pitch. So for me, absolutely not a chance. With regards to the disallowed goal, I stand over everything I've said last night about that. If you can't see the hip movement from the Wolves player into Diogo Jota that forces him into the Wolves defender, then I don't know what to say. And again, they show this in slow motion, and they seem to focus on just the part where Diogo Jota collides with the Wolves player. And there's no debating that. Diogo hits the Wolves player, puts him down to the ground, can't argue about it. But it's why. It's the build-up beforehand. And again, as Jurgen Klopp mentioned, these things happen in full speed. These things happen quickly. Diogo Jota was bursting into the penalty area. It's not going to take much to knock him off balance. But the referee, VAR, seemed to not realise that. And this is, again, one of the big problems with the VAR. I don't think it's the technology. I think it's the idiots that are working it. David Koo, am I surprised in any way, shape or form to see David Koo not giving Liverpool a decision? Absolutely not. Am I surprised that Paul Tierney disallowed the goal? Well, no. Once he gets called over to the monitor, we all know what's probably happening. But again, why show it in slow motion? It didn't happen in slow motion. This does my head in. It really does, my friends. It does my head in. These incidents don't happen in slow motion, so why are the referees viewing them in slow motion? If you need to look at something in slow motion, you're really searching for it. If you can't see it in full speed in real time, then you really, really have to look deeply and hard for this, and it's not clear and obvious. So, again, I stand over both of those calls. Now we move on to Mason Mount. So more and more stuff are coming out. Talksport being credited as saying that Klopp knows his side are in need of a major overhaul, particularly in midfield, and believes that Mason Mount would be the ideal addition. Now look, if we got rid of Curtis Jones and brought in Mason Mount, I'm all right with that. No problem whatsoever. But I don't want Liverpool to start adding more potentially questionable midfielders to the ranks. We can't afford to carry any maybes. Do I think Mason Mount should play for Liverpool Football Club? Well, he wouldn't be top of my target, but he's okay. I could understand the rationale, but I don't understand the rationale of bringing him in, keeping Curtis Jones, keeping Fabio Carvalho, keeping Harvey Elliott, keeping players who, for one reason or another, may or may not be good enough. We need to make sure that in this business in the summer, it is ruthlessly efficient. It is absolutely as spot on as can be. And again, with Mason Mount, I feel like his heart is still at Chelsea. And I feel like if he moves, we're always. I don't know. Maybe we feel like second best. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right to me. But then again, I understand why Chelsea may sell him because, as I said many times, it's all profit. If you're selling academy products, you've got just pure profit there to recoup. And if we were to move on Curtis Jones, which it looks like we're not going to, that would again be all profit. Another report from Talksport say Liverpool are increasingly confident of stealing Mason Mount away from Chelsea. I don't know if it's stealing. I mean, the option is there for Chelsea to extend him, to give him a better contract, to keep him at the club. But we all know that they're currently sitting, I think, about 10th in the Premier League, a long way away from Champions League football. They roll the dice with their signings, and as of right now, it's not paying out. And I personally, I don't blame Graham Potter on this. I see a lot of people saying Potter's a useless manager. I would challenge anybody to bring in, what is it, 12, 13 signings, and signings that may not necessarily have been the managers, and make it work. So no surprise to me that Chelsea aren't working out. It is surprising to me that they'd be willing to move on Mason Mount, though. Somebody who, loves the club, somebody who the fans seem to be a little bit split on. Some fans want him to stay, some fans want him to leave. But I guess, look, you know my take on it. It's not getting me up off the edge of my seat. It's not making me excited. It's not a Jude Bellingham. It's not a Barella. But he's homegrown. He's Premier League proven. And if the deal was right, I don't think it'd be the worst piece in the business in the world. But would you rather a Mason Mount that's going to cost us, I don't know, 30 or 40 million quid along with pretty big wages? Or would you look at a Yuri Tielemans, 25 years of age, Premier League proven? Yes, he's not homegrown, but you can pick him up on a free transfer. As much as there is a free transfer, he's still going to have a big signing on fee and hefty wages. So I don't know if this is clever by Liverpool. I also don't know if I believe these strong links to Mason Mount. Something just gives me the whiff of it being PR exercise to make sure that he gets the money he wants from Chelsea. And, you don't want to commit emotionally to things like this, because if it does, then, you feel a little bit let down by it all. So that is the latest for me, my friends. And of course, we play Manchester United at the weekend. We will be doing a watch along, of course, over on our Twitch channel from 3:30 on Sunday. Hope you can join us for it. Keep an eye out for the preview tomorrow, where I'll be taking you through my predicted 11, my score predictions as well ahead of the game. And yeah, it's a big one. Biggest game of the season so far. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section, and I look forward to catching up with you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.